Just them white folk, Boosie, you done got too much. You done let these niggas play you too this internet book dumb and it. Say what Lil Tootie gonna do now? What Lil Tootie say? Listen, Vlad TV. Vlad post everybody going to jail but Boosie. Somebody tag Vlad TV.
Or where the feds picked it up.
Now, it was a state case. The feds came, picked it up. They had a ruling in the Supreme Court that went in my favor. And the case got dropped by the judge. The case got dropped.
Boosie Boaz is now staring down the harsh reality of potentially spending the next decade in a federal prison because of his ongoing firearm case. As soon as the news surfaced, Charleston White wasted no time jumping online, turning the whole situation into a spectacle. He went live laughing, calling the moment an early celebration, bragging that he had predicted this outcome from the start. Charleston even crossed the line further, saying he wouldn't care if Boaz never stepped outside a prison gate again.
A lot of things this case has stopped me from doing, traveling all across the world, making. So I just want to get it over with, and, you know, accept my guilty plea. I'm ready to get over with.
Anything you want to say to your fans?
Just say a prayer for them. I just need prayer. I don't need nothing else.
The feud instantly reignited. Earlier this month, Boaz told fans he finally accepted a plea deal, exhausted from years of fighting a case that kept resurfacing. Even though the charges were once dismissed, prosecutors revived the case in 2024 with even more aggression, placing him at risk of over 10 years behind bars. Boaz admitted that the situation had stopped his ability to travel, perform, and build his career.
Boosie going to jail! Oh, God! Oh, God is good. I keep telling y'all, street ain't got no God. God do not look after street. Boosie really thought he wasn't going to jail for that pistol. I knew he was going. He going to jail. All that newborn baby. Boosie won't get to see that newborn baby till that baby be walking and talking. Boosie going to jail!
He brought you up because you were attacking Kanye because of the...
Nah, this Kanye West shit just happened. Nigga been coming at me. He been coming at me. It's just, you know, I can't respond to those people, bro. Like, that's a danger to what I got going on. You can't take no risk of losing this shit behind, you know.
All he wanted now was closure. His only request from fans was simple: just pray for me. On social media, Boaz shared emotional posts leaning on faith, clearly worn down by the ordeal. Meanwhile, Charleston White continued taunting him publicly, celebrating the legal setback as if it was some kind of personal win. Boaz's legal struggles have followed him for years, but this federal gun charge became the defining blow. Being labeled a felon in possession of a firearm is notoriously difficult to beat, especially in federal court where prior convictions stack heavy penalties.
Boosie going to jail! Oh, God is good. I keep telling y'all, street got no God. God do not look after street. Boosie really thought he wasn't going to jail for that pistol. I knew he was going. I just was waiting.
I wasn't gonna go to trial with it from the dump, actually, but I feel like this the right move for me. You know, I trust in God, Black.
And Charleston White couldn't hide his excitement. He mocked Boaz online, repeating that he knew Bowie was heading to jail and even joking about how he wouldn't see his newborn child walk or talk for a long time. For a moment, things looked promising when the case was dismissed back in 2023. Supporters thought Boaz could finally rebuild his life and shift his focus back to music. But the federal government came back swinging the next year, refiling the same charge and basically saying, "We're not done with you yet." That was the moment Boaz gave in and accepted the plea deal instead of dragging the fight out again.
I mean, I can't respond to that because once I see a man go up there and say he gonna put you in prison, even if you threaten him or say something about him and he's got facts to where he's put people in prison, I can't take a chance of getting involved with it.
Well, listen, I don't want anything to happen.
He like, I'm gonna call. I seen him on some shit. He gonna call somebody.
Oh yeah, no. He calls people. He gets people arrested for threats and stuff like that. But I'm not threatening.
On X, he admitted he thought he was free from the situation, but now he felt forced to face the consequences. His messages showed a man tired, spiritually drained, and preparing himself for a major life change. This wasn't the same Boaz who used to troll his critics online. This was someone confronting a harsh reality, the possibility of losing 10 years of his life. Charleston White, however, turned the moment into online entertainment. Smiling on camera, he claimed that he always knew the outcome and even went as far as wishing Boaz never walked free. To many, that was extreme, even for Charleston.
I'm gonna put your in jail, waiting for the FBI to send me the right collar number, because I'm finna make a report on your motherfucking people. And you make the man call your name specifically. The promoter specifically said your motherfucking little Boosie, he implemented you and implicated you. Finna go to jail, back to jail. You gonna be on your knees, but them knees gonna be bleeding again.
I'm not a street kid. I'm not a criminal. I'm a kid who was raised to tell the truth. When my mama come in and say, son, what happened? Mama, I didn't do that. I got to pay for a lawyer. I got 2 lawyers, Carl Mallory and Louis Stearns. Louis Stearns became Judge Stearns, Judge Louis Stearns. But nigga, I had 2 paid for lawyers. My mama is a well-to-do mama. I'm just playing, I ain't playing. I'm an adolescent going through an adolescent stage of rebelliousness. Ain't no street. Hell yeah, I'm gonna tell on you. I've been telling since I was a little bitty boy.
But his reputation for shock value comments made it predictable. He has a pattern. Whenever Boaz faces trouble, Charleston shows up instantly. Their beef runs deeper than random internet trolling. It began in late 2022 when Boaz criticized a major public figure's controversial shirt, aligning himself with widespread backlash. Charleston immediately attacked Boaz online, igniting a feud that never cooled down. Things took a darker turn when Charleston began dragging Boaz's son, Tootie Raw, and even T.I.'s son, King Harris, into the conflict. He insulted the kids' appearance, mocked them publicly.
Well, Charleston White was celebrating you taking the plea deal. I think he even said he hopes you die in jail and stuff like that.
Yeah, I heard.
The biggest thing right now was that you actually accepted a plea deal for your federal gun case.
Yeah.
Now, how long have you been fighting this thing from the very, very beginning?
I've been fighting for probably 3 years.
And predicted they would also end up in jail. That's when many people felt Charleston had crossed a major line. Boaz, instead of reacting impulsively, stayed composed. In an interview with Tony the Closer, he explained that responding recklessly could open him up to even more legal trouble, especially when minors are involved. He recognized Charleston's tactics as bait meant to push him toward a self-destructive outburst. Boaz refused to risk everything he had left. Meanwhile, Charleston bragged online about planning to report Boaz to federal authorities, threatening to send him back to prison.
I ain't really got no opinion on him because, my opinion can send me to prison. So I ain't really, I ain't really got no opinion on him, once you go to threaten people's kids, talking about you out of line. So, I ain't the one gonna do all that. I ain't gonna do all that, you know what I'm saying? It's just, hey, certain people you can't really express opinions on, and he one of those. You can't express how you feel because you might end up in prison. And I ain't getting tricked off the streets.
Boaz confirmed he asked the platform to avoid hosting Charleston White because of the things Charleston had said about Tootie. He made it clear it wasn't about pride. It was about avoiding a public meltdown that could land him in more legal trouble. With a federal case hanging over his head, he had to move carefully. In March, Charleston claimed Boaz was pressuring promoters not to book him. Then he jumped online again, saying he had already contacted federal authorities to push for legal consequences. Whether any of this was real didn't matter. Charleston's loud delivery made it travel instantly. His broadcasts included mocking references to Boaz's health, turning private struggles into public ammunition. The drama grew so loud that even inmates reached out to Boaz, asking when he would be joining them. Imagine the weight of preparing for federal sentencing while people already incarcerated are laughing at your situation. Charleston knew exactly how to twist that pressure and turn it into online fuel. The internet began speculating why Boaz chose a plea deal so fast. Some believed he was exhausted, but others thought it was a strategic move to avoid a circus trial, especially if Charleston had any chance of showing up. The idea of Charleston walking out of a courthouse live streaming, ranting, or pointing fingers was enough to picture a legal nightmare turning into viral content instantly. Charleston's history only added more layers. Decades-old footage of his juvenile case resurfaced, reminding people of the moment he testified against another teen after a robbery turned fatal. Critics accused him of hypocrisy. He often labels rappers as snitches while openly bragging that he testified at age 14. Charleston doubled down, saying he never lived by street codes and never pretended to. He framed his cooperation as survival, not betrayal. Even with all these contradictions swirling online, Charleston's influence remained powerful. Every time he mentioned Boaz, the internet erupted. Every insult became a headline. Every rumor became speculation. And every update on Boaz's case turned into a fresh opportunity for Charleston to jump online and gloat. Now, with Boaz nearing the reality of a potential 10-year federal sentence, Charleston is louder than ever, celebrating, taunting, and declaring victory. Some call it karma. Others call it cruelty. But everyone agrees that if sentencing goes through, Charleston's reaction will turn into one of the biggest online spectacles the culture has ever seen. A perfect storm of legal drama, hip-hop history, and internet trolling ready to explode. If you're locked into this story, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next update. More breakdowns, deep dives, and real-time drama are on the way. Stay tuned for everything coming next.